7-8. Jake Westbrook gets the win. SportsCenter coming up next. Now for Joe Morgan and Peter Gammons, I'm John Miller. Good night from Chicago. Thanks for tuning in. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
SportsCenter.
NBA Finals Game 2 and Big D. Can the Heat cool off the Mavs and get even and take home court advantage? The Rockets' second launch on the road back to Houston. Does Roger Clemens look ready for the big leagues? T.O., the role model? Owens chats about that, plus what Bill Parcells told him when those two got together. And a walk-off at Fenway, a wild race in PA. We looking for a win number 1 in a tennis star quest to break a drought at SportsCenter. Right now. How's it? Welcome to SportsCenter alongside Stan Barrett. I'm Neil Everett. Are the NBA Finals all even, or is Miami in an even bigger haul?
Would Shaq be a bigger factor, and could he make a free throw? Those were the big questions in Dallas Sunday night. We're going to get answers from our crew there with a full report on Game 2 coming up in just a few minutes. But first, Roger Clemens, on the way back to the majors, made a stop in AA tonight, pitching for Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi catcher J.R. House, so excited to work with Clemens, he gave up his number 22 jersey to Clemens for the night. Corpus Christi Hooks taking on the San Antonio Missions. That was Nolan Ryan there to check it out. First batter of the game, Sebastian Boucher, swinging. Next batter, Jason Bourgeois, he's gone too. Second inning, first batter, it's Brian LaHare, and strikeout number 3 for Clemens. Next batter, Eric Monzon, he's gone 2, that's 4. Next batter, Vladimir Ballantyne, got him looking, strikeout number 5. Clemens struck out the side, 5 of the first 6 batters. Third inning, 1 out. Luis Oliveros, see you. Next batter, Oswaldo Navarro, gone. Clemens perfect through 3. Top 4 now, 1 out. Bourgeois up again. Bourgeois down again. That's 8. Very next batter, Jesus Guzman. High fastball, strikeout number 9. Clemens still perfect through 4. Top 5, 1 out. Clemens still perfect. Monzon. Base hit. And that took away the perfect game. 2 batters later, now 2 outs. This is important, Neil. Ismael Castro up. That's 10 strikeouts and free tacos for Corpus Christi Hooks fans. Top 6, 2 outs, 1-2 count. Clemens to Boucher, just a bit outside. Very next pitch, got Boucher. 6 innings, gave up just the 1 hit, struck out 11, and he got the win as the Hooks took it 5-1. Afterwards, Clemens spoke with Pedro Gomez.
Roger, 73 pitches, 52 strikes. What did you think of your performance tonight?
Well, I did what I wanted to do, and that's attack the strike zone. I got a little winded during my bullpen. It was obviously warmer here than it was in Lexington. But, you know, once the sun went down, you know, got a little breeze, and I was able to really get in tune with what I was doing. I was trying to, you know, stretch my legs out as much as possible, and you know, not, you know, throwing the, getting to the 70s area with the pitch count was big for me. So I'm getting closer. I'm not there yet, but we're getting closer.
When you say you're not closer, what else do you need to do?
I need some stamina. I mean, I need to get out there in this heat, and I think I'll have that when I get to Round Rock. So that won't be a problem. I believe I'll go to the plate there also. I'll hit, so you know, that add a new element into it also, and bring the National League game back into play, and you know, get one step further down the road, one step closer to getting up there with the big guys.
Do you feel a difference in yourself compared to last week in Lexington, this week in Corpus Christi?
I think I will tomorrow. You know, I'm tired today. I really didn't get that tired. I was my main goal in Lexington was to execute good pitches, get up there, get in that environment, but not stretch my legs out too much. Today I was able to stretch my lower half out, and you know, for the most part it worked out well. I was able to throw everything around the plate, and I think tonight somebody said we got them tacos in the house, so here we go.
Windshield washer fluid last week for the fans, tacos tonight. Roger Clemens faced 19 batters, struck out 11. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, so Clemens more dominating Sunday night than he was in that first minor league start in Lexington. Carried that perfect game again into the 5th, ended with 11 Ks. He hits the AAA Round Rock on Friday, and his Astros debut scheduled for June 22nd against the Twins. Still to come, all Heat at the half. Could Shaq and the Heat find a way back? Or will they find themselves down 2-1? We're off to Dallas as soon as Game 2 is done.
After winning 3 consecutive Grand Slams, Roger Federer just 1 win away from making it 4. Did Rafael Nadal keep Roger finally winning his first French?
Plus, a sit-down with T.O. After all that's happened, does Owen still see himself as a role model? Plus, he reveals what Bill Parcells told him during a recent chat.
I want a Sunday kind of love, a love to last past Saturday night, and I'd like to know it's more than love at first sight, and I want a Sunday kind of love.
Before it became my acquisition, it was my ambition.
Sports Center, brought to you by Dockers San Francisco and Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Gatorade, is it in you?
Tennis's version of Ali Frazier, Federer, Nadal, 1 versus 2 for the French Open title. Nadal's won 59 straight on clay. Federer, 44-3 this season. Nadal responsible for all 3 defeats. Federer's never lost a Grand Slam final, has never reached the French Open final. Looked like he finally had Nadal figured out in the first. He won it 6-1. Nadal looked tentative. Thought was Federer, 89-3 in Grand Slam matches when winning the first set. Second set, Nadal, 2 unforced errors to 19 from Federer. The winner as well on this point, Nadal, 6-1 win, and the French Open became a best of 3. Third set, Nadal down 2-1. Break point for Federer, who had Nadal at love 40, but couldn't close the deal. Nadal rallies. And then he turns the tide by immediately breaking Federer, whose backhand either abandoned him or was taken advantage of. Nadal 6-4, 2-1 lead. Fourth set, Federer fell behind a break early. Nadal relentless on the dirt, the sport's most taxing surface. Nadal closer to becoming the first man to repeat at Roland Garros since Gustavo Kuerten in 2001. The Roger Slam slipping away. Nadal serving to 30-all, 2 points from the title. Giving Federer a workout. Federer chases down the drop shot and then tells Nadal, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Fourth set went to the tiebreak. Federer's serve hurt him. Nadal's serve hurt Federer. Off the return, Nadal. Forehand swing volley winner. He's the best clay courter now and maybe the best of all time, is what Federer, who's clearly one of the best of all time, said of Nadal after the Spaniard repeats as your French Open champion. He's the best player I ever played, the best in history, the most complete. That's what Nadal said of Federer afterwards. You've got much respect between the two. Nadal certainly has Federer's number, beating him 6 out of 7 since 2004. During that same period of time, Federer has lost just 8 times in 206 matches when playing anyone not named Nadal.
Baseball, Rangers and Red Sox only got 1 game in Saturday, so they played 2 Sunday. This is game 1. Bottom second, 1-0 Rangers. Manny Ramirez facing Kevin Millwood. Advantage Ramirez. Number 16 on the season for him. Game tied at 1. Millwood, 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs. He came in 5-0 on the road. Josh Beckett pitching for the Red Sox. He had dropped his last 2 starts after winning 4 straight. Top 6, Kevin Minch facing Beckett with 1 on and 1 gone. 11th on the year for Minch. Beckett 5 1/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned. Rangers up 4-2. Red Sox down 2. David Ortiz batting. He loves it when they call him Big Papi. 2-2 count. Akinori Otsuka on to close it. Ortiz gets just a piece of that and he barely stays alive. Next pitch, I think you know what I'm getting at.
Swinging a high drive, deep right center field, back by the bullpen. This one is gone. A 3-run walk-off for Big Papi. He strikes again. The Red Sox win it 5-4 on a dramatic 2-out walk-off home run by David Ortiz. Can you believe it?
Yep, it's time to bounce at Fenway. 4 RBI for Ortiz in the game, and the Red Sox win it 5-4. So the Rangers hoping to even things in game 2, so let's clear the stadium and get ready. Manny sat out the second game. Top of the second, Rangers up 1-0. David Pauly facing Gary Matthews Jr. That'll score Gerald Laird and Jason Botts. Matthews Jr. 4 for 6, 2 RBI. Rangers up 3 spots. Still in the second, Rangers up 4-0. Mark DeRosa at the plate. That's a base hit. Mark Teixeira trying to score. Willie Harris comes up throwing. Teixeira beats the tag. DeRosa also 4 for 6 with 2 RBI. Rangers up 5-0. Every Ranger in the starting lineup has an RBI except Botts. Rangers up 12-5. Keith Folk facing Botts with a man on. And Botts, well, we just have to learn to live without it. But the Rangers bang out a season-high 22 hits and win 13-6 to get a split.
Yankee Stadium, Oakland going for the sweep. Sean Chacon off the disabled list. First start in nearly a month. Johnny Damon, Melky Cabrera, top 3. A's down 1, 2 out. They look like they could be headed to the DL on this play. Ouch. Nick Swisher, who Oakland drafted with the pick it received from Boston after Damon signed with the Sox way back when. He goes inside the park home run. 17th. Last inside job at Yankee Stadium, teammate Eric Chavez in 2000. You see Cabrera hits Damon in the face. That's the center fielder's ball, and that's what Lee Mazzilli is probably telling Cabrera right there. This, too, is the center fielder's ball. It's a pass ball and sacrifice made it 4-2, top 5, 1 on. It's Swisher again, and it's Damon again, and Cabrera nowhere to be found. And that's a good thing. Take another look. That's a home run, extra bases. Jorge Posada's homer in the 5th put New York up a run 5-4. We go top 8, tied at 5, 1-1 pitch to...
And it starts in the shower.
This gets you clean.
New Dial for Men body wash. Be a man. Take back the shower.
A tinge of buyer's remorse? This is too good to be true, he's thinking. And yet, it is true. It's a great mattress. Brand name quality with a very good warranty. And since Denver Mattress makes their own mattresses, you can save up to 50%. Which is why now he's thinking, wow, I was almost duped into paying twice as much at that other store by some high-pressure sales guy. Chalk went up to the educated consumer. Denver Mattress. More mattress, less money. No kidding.
All it takes is a little luck.
Oh, my God.
A lot of guts.
Lord have mercy.
And a great sense of timing. But this time, it's not the markets.
Your whole life can be different when you walk away from this show.
Deal or No Deal. Tuesday and Thursday, 8 and 11 Eastern on CNBC.
So, Maynard, now that you're a big star, you're going to need an agent.
Yeah, McQueen. To get me into all them big parties and find me a shack in the hills and... Hey, I can't see!
Actually, you need a different kind of agent. Maybe a good neighbor.
Call a State Farm agent and get the good neighbor service you can count on anytime, anywhere. And check out Cars, the new Disney Pixar film, only in theaters.
I feel better already.
Pocono 500 from Long Pond, Pennsylvania. Tony Stewart still recovering from that shoulder injury, hoping to run the complete race. Stewart's team fitted him with a new seat that would limit the movement on his shoulder. Lap 30, new seat seems to be working. Stewart makes the pass with Jimmy Johnson for the number 5 spot. Stewart finished 3rd, Johnson finished 10th. All right, lap 49, pole sitter Denny Hamlin led 48 of the 49 first laps of the race, but then he blows a tire. Hamlin would fall all the way back to 40th. His pit crew keeps him on the lead lap, though. 24 to go now. On board with Clint Boyer. And Boyer would have to make a pit stop during the green flag. Hamlin would regain the lead. 10 to go now. And check out Jeff Gordon. Spins out, slams into the wall. He said his brakes failed. And the race would be red flagged as they worked on the wall. after Gordon slammed into it. He said it was one of the hardest hits he's ever taken. And you see what he did to the infield. Now we're on board with Clint Boyer, and when Gordon hits the infield, look at Boyer. He's riding dirty. Look at the mud on the front of his car. He finished 21st. Gordon's car would be taken away, still coming apart. He wound up with just a minor headache. Down the final stretch, Hamlin wins the Pocono 500. He's the first rookie to win on the Cup circuit since Kyle Busch last November. Now, with State Farm Road coverage, here's Mike Massaro.
After finishing second, Kurt Busch jokingly said he should play more video games. Why? Because that's how race winner Denny Hamlin prepared for Pocono, a track he had never raced until Sunday.
With the video games, you know, they got every tree that's on the side. They got everything is mapped out perfect. So visually, I know where my let-off points are. You know, I still had to fine-tune that at the racetrack quite a bit, but you know, still it helps with track awareness.
The virtual reality training method is gaining credibility. A year ago, when Carl Edwards won in his first Pocono appearance, he also credited video games. Still, there are doubters.
Trust me, a video game did not make him an instant genius on how to get around Pocono. So the fact that they're talented and they're in good cars are what made these rookies good at Pocono. So that's a myth, that's a legend. You'll see that on Mythbusters on TV pretty soon.
They can say it's a myth all they want. Keep them off it. I'm fine doing it by myself.
On track or online, it appears Hamlin's rivals are the same. After winning in Richmond earlier this year, finishing just ahead of Hamlin, Dale Earnhardt Jr. bragged of repeatedly beating him in video games. On Sunday, Hamlin responded saying Dale Earnhardt Jr. is a liar. In Long Pond, Pennsylvania, Mike Massaro, ESPN.
Okay, Mike, so let's count them down. With his first Nextel Cup win, Hamlin climbs 2 spots and cracks the top 10 in the point standings. Jimmy Johnson has now held the points lead after 12 of the 14 races this season, and he's got a 48-point edge on Matt Kenseth. And after finishing 34th, the Rainbow Warrior falls out of the top 10.
Road coverage, driven by State Farm. Great service at great rates. You can get it all from State Farm.
Our lives are not determined by what happens to us, but by how we react to what happens. Not by what life brings to us, but by the attitude we bring to life. It's unknown who penned that motivational, but Landon Donovan appears to have embraced it. And that's not a subjective opinion of Donovan, the soccer player, but it's an objective view of Donovan, the man. Here's Jeremy Schaap with another face of the man who is the face of U.S. soccer.
This is Landon Donovan at his most graceful. This is what he does. But it's not who he is. For millions of soccer fans, Donovan is defined by his skills on the field. But for his fiancée, Bianca Kylik, and for her family, he is defined by something else entirely. In the fall of 2003, Bianca's brother Andre moved to Prague, the capital of the Czech Republic, to study at their father's alma mater. In early December, the phone rang at their parents' home in Seattle.
Just everything darkened and it was very focused, and I felt like I was just sinking in a hole.
After a long night of partying, Andre had fallen onto the subway tracks. The oncoming train crushed him. One leg was completely severed, the other would have to be amputated. He was near death.
All we're thinking is, here's our sibling, our brother, our son, laying in a hospital bed somewhere. Nobody there to get to him, to be with him, to hold his hand.
But with the Kyliks overwhelmed by their grief and confusion, Donovan, who'd been seeing Bianca on and off for about a year, stepped in to handle the logistics, buying airplane tickets for the entire family and for himself.
That was kind of one of those moments where my instincts took over and just said, just make this happen so we can get there.
When they finally arrived at the hospital, Andre was in a medically induced coma, his life hanging in the balance.
Nothing in life can prepare a mother to see her son like that.
With his family and Donovan keeping vigil, Andre laid in a coma for more than 2 weeks before he was eventually brought back to consciousness. He had no idea that his legs were gone.
I'll never forget the day his eyes actually opened, because he said at one point, so clearly it was mouthed, "Can I walk?" And I just was stricken with the responsibility of that moment. And I just said, "No, honey, you can't, not just now." And he cried.
As Andre's family grieved for his loss, it was Donovan who helped them come to terms with what had happened.
What did you say to Andre?
The good news is that the core of your body, the upper part of your body, obviously is who you are, and your limbs are extensions of that.
It was something I was pondering, you know, what people will see me like, you know, like a real person, because it's just such a different look.
He's still who he is. You didn't lose the mental Andre, the emotional Andre.
Andre said, "It was incredible to hear this from this guy who makes his living with his legs."
Andre returned to Seattle to recover. He was fitted for prosthetics, but in his mind, his rehab was far from complete. To begin again, he would have to return to where his life had been forever changed. Last fall, he moved back to Prague.
You know, you've got 15th century buildings. It's not like they're going to put a wheelchair ramp on them. And if I came back here, I had to completely overcome mobility again.
I mean, there's no one prouder than Andre of who he's become, because he sees it as a challenge, and he's just like, you know what, this is who I am.
In December, Donovan and Bianca are getting married. In truth, though, Donovan's been bound to the Kylik family for years, ever since a nightmarish accident in Prague.
I often say I liked Landon when I met him, but the day I saw him stand at the foot of my son's bed in the Czech Republic, I loved him.
Seeing this person do everything in his power to help my family, that was it. I mean, I made up my mind that I would stand by his side for the rest of my life.
Landon Donovan's been asked about this week about a chain he's been sporting around his neck. It's a gift from his fiancée, and Donovan described it as an endless knot whose message is the United States will do well in the World Cup.
Today, Team USA takes to the pitch for its first match. 4 years of waiting, of work, of rising hopes, world rankings, and expectations finally are put to the test on the biggest stage for the world's most popular sport. It's a critical game one in the tournament's toughest pool. Team USA versus the Czech Republic. The FIFA World Cup. One game changes everything.
Plenty of World Cup action on Sunday. See which country moved one win closer to a shot at glory. Plus, lots more from the blowout in Dallas, how the Mavericks crushed the Heat in Game 2. And lots more from the Diamond as well. Did any of these fantasy bigwigs make their owners happy on Sunday? This is SportsCenter.
Six unforgettable journeys. Now, it's a whole new trip. Time magazine has declared the first great movie of the summer is Cars. Holy Porsche. And Rolling Stone raves it's downright breathtaking. You've never seen anything like it. It's 2 thumbs up for Disney Pixar's Cars, rated G.
I give my left 2 lug nuts just to see that picture.
Now playing.
Oh yeah! People have forgotten what honor is, but not here. On the street, your feet have to do all the talking. Play beautiful.
I am a death dealer. I alone hold the key to saving our future.
World Evolution on DVD and coming soon to Blu-ray.
More bars in more places. That's what people have come to expect from Cingular. And now they can expect even more. Testing from the leading independent research company proves that Cingular's all-over network has the fewest dropped calls of any wireless network. The fewest dropped calls. Proof that we mean what we say. Raising the bar.
UPS, covering more ground faster than ever.
I'd like to make a toast. Through thick and thin, this town showed grit. It took 77 of us to build the roller rink. Remember, Stump Mahoney, Roland Gustafson, Gilbert, Joe Claw, Bobby Bernstein, Bones Lamoni, and there was Jimmy Haas. Boy, could he jinx.
Introducing the Coors Light Cold Wrap label, insulated to help protect the cold from the heat of your hand. Because sometimes spirit needs to stay colder longer.
John Claxton, there was Clayton Vogel. Let's see who else.
White Sox half game back at the Tigers Sunday, taking on the Indians on Sunday Night Baseball. Freddie Garcia on the mound, top six. Travis Hafner up, and that one's gone. Hafner's 18th of the year. He was 3 for 3, scored 3 runs. Garcia 5 2/3, 9 hits, 8 earned. So it's all Indians, right?
Yeah, it's over.
Not so fast. Bottom 9, White Sox down 10-2. Brian Anderson up and out. 3-run shot, 5th home run of the year for Anderson. White Sox down 10-5. All of a sudden, this thing got interesting. Now it's 10-8 with a man on. Bob Wickman to Pablo Ozuna. All right, now it's over. Yes. 6-run ninth for the White Sox, but the Indians escape 10-8.
For the Tigers and Blue Jays in Toronto, Detroit blew open a close game in the 6th, began up 3-2. It's now 5-2, about to be 8-2. Bases loaded, Ivan Rodriguez against Vinny Cholk. He doubles to the wall in left center. That clears the bags. 3-run double. Tigers lead 8-2. Pudge 3 for 5, 5 RBI. That tied his season high. Also homered in this game. You got to check out this guy here. Joel Zamaya. 100 miles per hour against Troy Gloss, then 100, then 102 in the dirt, and the gun confirms it. The gun doesn't lie. 99 gas there. Zamaya strikes out 4. Tigers win at 10-5. Pedro Martinez on the hill using his arm and bat in Arizona. The drama gone early as the Mets take a 13-0 lead in the 5th, but stick around to see just how bad it got.
So, Maynard, now that you're a big star, you're going to need an agent.
Yeah, McQueen, to get me into all them big parties and find me a shack in the hills and... Hey, I can't see!
Actually, you need a different kind of agent. Maybe a good neighbor.
Call a State Farm agent and get the good neighbor service you can count on anytime, anywhere. And check out Cars, the new Disney Pixar film, only in theaters.
I feel better already.
Shaving cream's not usually the main focus in my life, but this new Edge Active Care is really different. It's a cream, not a gel, and it's got vitamins and antioxidants, which make your skin look better and feel better. New Edge Active Care. I'm thinking of shaving my whole head. Just saying.
Bigger isn't always better. Dish Network packages start at just $19.99 a month. So whether you want a little or a lot, you can pick the one that's right for you. Pick your package, pick your price. Dish Network, better TV for all.
The NBA Finals, Game 3, Tuesday, 8:30 Eastern on ABC.
It's fun furniture, and it's so exciting. It just makes you feel so good. It's carefree, casual furnishings for the entire home, whether it be inside or out. It's a mix of different textures and fabrics, and you just create your own look. It just gives you a really good feeling. It's everything you want.
Soccer's 32-team Super Bowl continues. Mexico and Iran. Mexico's not advanced past the second round in its last 3 World Cups, bounced by the USA in 2002. Iran appearing in only its 3rd World Cup, looking for their first win since beating the United States in 1998. I think we remember the 2 sides exchanging flowers before that game, posing together. That's Mexican goalie Oswaldo Sanchez. Now, he made lewd comments about American player Landon Donovan's mom a couple years ago. Well, he lost his own father earlier this month. He is tested in the 11th minute, and the strong header, even the stronger stop, full extension by Sanchez. 28th minute equalizer right there. 76th minute off the turnover. Senior passes to Bravo, gets his 2nd of the game. Mexican coaches say that's what we love. They're up 2-1, and then they're going to get some insurance in the 79th minute. Mario Mendez, the cross, and it's Senior. Have you seen you? Oh, yeah. Great goal header there for the goal. Mexico wins it 3-1 is your final.
Angola taking on Portugal in the Group D opener for both. Let's meet the 2 sides. Angola in its first ever World Cup had their hands full with Portugal. Portugal rolled through qualifying, scoring 35 goals and allowing only 5. Let's get it on. Midfielder Luis Figo. Pauletto knocks it home. Pauletto's got one name, so you know he's good. His 47th international goal, and Portugal's got a 1-goal lead. 35th minute now, Cristiano Ronaldo gets his head on it, but it goes off the crossbar, and it's cleared away. So Ronaldo denied. Not that Ronaldo, this Ronaldo. 45th minute, Miguel centers to Cristiano Ronaldo again, rips a shot, but Joao Ricardo with a great save. Ronaldo again denied. He's frustrated. Fans actually started booing the Portuguese team later in the game, but Portugal does get the win and the 3 points.
Mets and Diamondbacks in Arizona. Snakes 0-6 on the current 10-game homestand. Mets 5-1 on the current 10-game road run. Pedro winless in his last 7, despite an ERA of 3.06 and a 192 opponent batting average. Runners on the corner, bottom 1. Chad Tracy flies. Craig Counsell does not fly. Andy Chavez goes Chuck Connors and Counsell out at home. Bottom 3rd, 2 on, 2 outs this time. Luis Gonzalez goes down singing. Pedro, 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned, 3 Ks. Top 4, 1 out, 2 on via Russ Ortiz walks and Carlos Beltran, 2 RBI double. Ortiz 0 for 7 in his last 9 starts. That's dating back to last season. Carlos Delgado, the RBI double. Then David Wright, the RBI double. That chases old Mr. Ortiz, and the Mets go on to win it 15-2. Our Dockers all-around performer goes to the Mets. They win their 5th straight. They're an NL Best 39th overall. Willie Randolph said, we've done a great job this year winning series. Every once in a while, nice to sweep and go 4 in a row. That's even sweeter, he said. And they really dominated the Diamondbacks. They outscored them 37-9. In fact, over the last 2 years, the Mets are 8-0 on the road against the Diamondbacks. They've never even been trailed in any of those 8 games. They've scored 76 runs. You know, that's ultimate. This is the ultimate highlight.
The ultimate highlight. Brought to you by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Gatorade, is it in you? highlight. Brought to you by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Gatorade, is it in you?
Still to come, Dallas burning the Heat big time in Big D. 2-game lead as we head to Miami, but first we head to Dallas for highlights and analysis of Game 2.
I am not a role model. I'm not paid to be a role model.
Charles Barkley made his position clear. Now it's T.O.'s turn. After all the controversy, does Terrell Owens see himself as a role model?
If Satan drove a race car, even he'd complain about the scorching heat on the racing oval. Where in-car temperatures reach 130 degrees, improper hydration can have disastrous effects.
At Charlotte 99, I got so dehydrated I started seeing double. I hit the wall at nearly 200 miles an hour. 200 miles an hour, and I forgot what happened after that.
You could just see the heat taking its toll. And I tell you, he was sweating buckets.
In those heat chambers, drivers can lose up to 10 pounds in a race.
The challenge? Get that into this and keep drivers hydrated.
In 2002, we worked with Matt and his crew to develop the Gatorade in-car drinking system, or GIDS, a device that hydrates drivers with hands-free Gatorade that stays cold for up to 6 hours.
Matt never gave back the GIDS. The next year, he won the cup.
I always did like science class.
From Charlotte to Chicago and beyond, the games never end, and the legend continues.
Hi, may I take your order?
I'd like a classic single combo, but instead of fries, I'd like a baked potato.
No problem.
No matter which combo you choose, only Wendy's gives you more choices than ever. Now pick one of 7 different sides at no extra cost, so you get the perfect combo. Everyone loves choices, so come to Wendy's and do what tastes right.
He crashed that drive, and Jack picks up still another birdie. Birdie country again.
If he put together his best shots from every hole of the Masters, Jack Nicklaus would turn in a card of 48.
That's about as close to flawless golf as you'll ever see.
With over 1.5 million vehicle listings to choose from on Cars.com, you can find the right car for you.
That's it.
Find the right car for you. Cars.com.
I want a Sunday kind of love. A love to last past Saturday night. And I'd like to know it's more than love at first sight. And I want a Sunday kind of love.
Welcome to SportsCenter, you folks who are watching Game 2 between Dallas and Miami. Stan Verrett, Neil Everett, Shaquille O'Neal. Just 5 points in the game, and Miami's in big trouble.
Yeah, it's hard to figure out what's going on with Shaq. Career lows in just about everything. Let's head to Dallas now and Stuart Scott for answers.
Yeah, very, very happy, Shaq.
Welcome back to SportsCenter's coverage of the NBA Finals, where the Dallas Mavericks have put the Miami Heat in a huge, huge hole. Stuart Scott alongside Tim Legler and Greg Anthony. Here's what the Miami Heat were facing. If they did not win tonight, if they went down 0-2, only 2 teams ever have come back from an 0-2 deficit to win the NBA championship. Let's take a look at the highlights. Game 2 from the American Airlines Center in Dallas. Dirk Nowitzki and the Mavs. Dwayne Wade, Shaq in the Heat. First quarter, Shaq double teamed by Devin Harris and Sagana Diop. Harris leaves Shaq to guard his man. Keith Van Horn then leaves Antoine Walker again to double team Shaq. Shaq finds Walker for the open three. Money. Shaq took only 3 shots in the first half. Guys, we thought he'd take a bunch more, but in the second quarter, Dwayne Wade picked it up. How do you do it, Tim?
Well, he got his defense going, played the pass lanes, got a couple breakouts. Really, the first couple really easy looks he's had in this series converted. Unfortunately, not enough of those.
And then, Greg, describe this play.
You know, this is
That's D. Wade. He's been doing that. The difference on this series, not enough run-outs for the Miami Heat. Then Jerry Stackhouse just went nuts. Stackhouse, who once averaged just an eyelash under 30 points a game, now accepts his role coming off the bench. Here's why. For 3, and it's good. Then Stack again. Get some of that. The 7th 4-point play in NBA Finals history. Shot clock winding down again. Stack, I ain't gonna say anything, y'all, but that ain't right. 12 points at the half, scored the final 10 points of the half. Mavs up 16 at recess. Third quarter, Mavs keep the pressure on. Up 15, Antoine Walker tries to force it. That ain't gonna work. Jason Terry drove, laid it in, foul. Right there. And then, how good is Josh Howard, Greg Anthony?
Josh Howard has been exceptional. And you know what? His quickness, his ability to beat you with the 3 here, I should say 4-point play as he knocks down against the and one. Defensively, again, another one of his great strengths. The overall quickness of Dallas in general really presents a lot of problems. How about Eric Dampier, Stewart?
Eric Dampier scored 7 total points in the Western Conference Finals. He had 7 in Game 1, and he had that dunk. And then Jason Terry with his mom in the stands. His mom went to his sister's graduation in Seattle this morning, got on the plane at 2 o'clock, made it to the game in the second quarter. And then Dampier again for the Jam. Mavs just rolling fourth quarter. Dirk Nowitzki. Let me school you here, school you there, turn around. And that's just ridiculous. Dirk Nowitzki shot only 4 of 14 in Game 1. He admitted to me he was nervous before Game 1. He hit several rainbow jumpers like that. The Mavericks win Game 2, and they win it huge, 99-85. Dirk Nowitzki went off, 26 points, 16 rebounds. Stackhouse had 19 off the bench. Jason Terry, 16 points and 9 assists. But guys, the story of this game, if you can say there's a story other than the Mavs being up 2-zip, it's Shaquille O'Neal, 5 points. 5. Greg, how did that happen?
Well, it was a great defensive effort by the Dallas Mavericks. Their quickness, their ability to stretch you and not allow you to get the passing angles. That's the problem for the Miami Heat. They don't get the ball to Shaquille O'Neal in positions where he can be effective. In essence, they allowed Dallas, because of that quickness, to really just throw off his rhythm. He's not able to really get any comfort out on the floor. And when he is open, the pressure stops him from being able to get the basketball.
Shaquille O'Neal is a Hall of Famer, for sure. He has played 190 career playoff games, 190. That's almost 3 seasons of playoff basketball, and the 5 points he scored in Game 2 on Sunday night, the fewest points he's ever scored in any playoff game. But Shaq wasn't the only one. Dwayne Wade had a nice night points-wise, but he still struggled with the shot. Greg, why was Dwayne Wade struggling so much?
Well, the same principles that they've really employed against Shaquille O'Neal, they do the same thing against Dwayne Wade. He's not able to get to the launching pad. In essence, they have made him much more perimeter-oriented. They make him play in a crowd, and they force other guys to have to make shots. And unfortunately for Miami, that has not been the case. They've not allowed him to get, as I said, that launching pad. Think about Dwayne Wade in these playoffs. What you typically see is him going straight to the rim and able to get the slams, the finishes at the paint. That's not been the case thus far the first 2 games of this series. It's really true. What they did really to him in Game 2, they put bodies in his driving lanes. Everywhere he is with his vision, he sees people coming at him. We're so used to Dwayne Wade being able to beat somebody with his first step, explode, get to the rim, and finish. Dallas is not allowing that. They're going to make 2 things happen. First, they're going to make role players step up and make shots. They have not been able to do that in the first 2 games of this series. And they're also going to make Dwayne Wade be a pull-up jump shooter or shoot threes. He doesn't want to do that. It's still the one weakness in his game. He has to get into the paint, and Dallas is crowding him when he gets there. He really had nowhere to go, no room to operate in Game 2.
And the Mavericks know that. During one of their timeouts, you even heard one of the players say, hey, you gotta make sure Dwayne shoots from the outside. He doesn't want to pull up and shoot the 3. He doesn't even want to pull up and shoot the jumper. He wants to drive inside. Now, 14-point win, Tim, which sounds like it's a big win. The lead was 27 points at one point in time. How does Dallas use their ball movement to get such a huge lead and dominate this game?
It's how you attack the Heat, because this is a team that's aging, and on the perimeter, they don't have much quickness. They have a very difficult time helping and then recovering out the shooters, and Dallas just did a great job. Look at the ball change sides of the floor. You get Josh Howard running off the baseline screen. He gets penetration. Easy shot. That's asking too much for what Miami puts out there on the floor defensively. They're not able to cover that much ground because they don't have enough athleticism on the perimeter, and even inside they can't do it. Dirk Nowitzki at 7 feet tall, more athletic than anybody the Miami Heat have really along their front line. 23 assists on 34 field goals. That's great ball movement.
You look at this. You look at this right here and you think, ooh, the Mavericks, a 4-0 sweep. The NBA Finals are over. Not quite. These are the 2 finals games and the 2 regular season games against the Heat. They are 4-0 against them. But guys, look at this. Every single game has been a double-digit win. Every single game has been a double-digit win against the Miami Heat. All right, we talked about Dirk Nowitzki. We talked about his game 1, which was sloppy. 26 points, 16 rebounds. What did he do differently in game 2, Greg?
First of all, Dirk Nowitzki has been the best player in this series and in these playoffs. And I think one of the things that's happened, he's gotten more aggressive offensively. He's not settling. Give Avery Johnson and the Mavericks a lot of credit for making adjustments to get him on the move. Something, again, that Miami is going to struggle with. He makes plays. He's averaging over 3 assists a game as well. This guy has just turned into a complete monster out on the basketball floor. He is a matchup nightmare for anybody that opposes him.
We talked about his differences in game 1 and game 2. You see it right there, 26 points to 16 points. He had as many rebounds in game 2 as he had points in game 1. And one of the happiest guys has got to be, if you think a coach can be happy at all, Avery Johnson, who's standing by live now at Stephen A. Smith.
Coach, I don't know where to start. I mean, Dirk Nowitzki, he looked absolutely sensational, as well as Jerry Stackhouse. You guys held the Miami Heat to 41% shooting from the field. What do you believe was the biggest reason you guys pulled out game 2?
Well, again, you got to try to control Shaq as much as you can. That's a tough job. That makes a coach lose sleep at night, Steve. So we were fortunate enough to Shaq not to have a big game on us. We've been trying to give them different looks. We got about 5 different ways we're trying to play the post, and Shaq forces you into that type of defense. So I think it's all about Shaq and Wade.
Specifically, what did you do to nullify Shaquille O'Neal? 5 points. 5 points on 2 for 5 shooting from the field.
Well, Steve, you know I'm not going to get sucked into patting ourselves on the back. Right. He was fortunate enough that he missed some shots, he missed some free throws. We were fortunate to get a cushion, and they just decided not to use him in the fourth quarter and went with Zoe. So we got to just stay on the attack. They really burn teams with high field goal percentages during the playoffs, 55% from the field, 58%. So if we can keep them in the 40s, that'll be great.
What was your #1 concern coming into game 2 after watching the performance in game 1? Speaking of Mark Cuban, after immediately following game 1, he wasn't too happy with the team's effort in game 1. He certainly can't complain tonight.
Well, again, we feel we have to play offense a certain kind of way against this team. And more than anything, obviously we held them to 80 points. Our defense wasn't flawless. But offensively, we didn't play Maverick basketball. You saw some of it tonight. It's still not where we wanted to be because we didn't convert on the break as much as we should. But again, we'll hope to get better as the series moves on.
Led by as much as 27 points in this game, going back to Miami for game 3. What's your primary concern, considering the fact that you won in such lopsided fashion?
Well, again, we just take it one game at a time. I know when teams come in, they always talk about winning 2. We just look at the first quarter. We want to try to get off to a good start, give ourselves a chance to win, hopefully win the rebound game, which we think is critical. And, you know, historically, we've been a pretty good road team, so we're going to be confident, but at the same time, we'll be concerned, and that's when we play our best basketball.
Coach, congratulations on winning game 2. Back up to you, Stu.
Thanks a lot, Stephen A. Smith, from the winning coach to the losing coach. Pat Riley now at the microphone after the game.
Great job for him today.
On the side.
Pat, Gordon Jackson, Dallas Examiner. It seemed like your plan was to get more physical.
Where are you?
Right here. It did seem like your plan was to get more physical with the Mavericks. Did it backfire, or was it just not enough?
That wasn't our plan. Who said? Did somebody say it was our plan?
It seemed like.
It seemed like it? No. No, we want to be aggressive every game, but it wasn't like, you know, we've been preaching every day, let's come out and be physical with the team. You know, I mean, if there's a couple of hard fouls or something like that, doesn't mean that that's the game plan. We want to attack, we want to be aggressive, you know, as much as we can. If there's a team that was physical today, they were more physical than we were. There's no question about that.
Coach, Steve Kyler, Swish Magazine. What needs to change in Game 3 in Miami?
Well, I don't care if it's 2-2-1-1-1 or 2-3-2. They did what they had to do here. You know, what will have to change in Miami is obviously we have to play the game a hell of a lot better than we played it here in Dallas, and definitely whatever adjustments we make over the next couple of days are going to have to work. So we're going home. We got 3 in a row at home. There's no guarantee that that's going to make a difference, you know, unless you really come and play. But they did what they had to do, you know, and everybody's written our team off, you know, even in Chicago. You know, we lost 2 games in Chicago, and then we got, you know, buried by New Jersey in the first game. I mean, we were history, and we were history against Detroit. So even when we were ahead 3-1, we were history. So I'm sure we're history right now. So we'll see what happens, you know, at home.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach Steve Goldstein, WQAM. Does it amaze you that this team has this kind of personality where they could have a game like this, and you kind of scratch your head when you talk about not having enough energy in an NBA Finals game?
No, I don't think it had anything to do with energy. You know, I mean, first of all, we've been here for 6 days. I mean, that's not an excuse, but you're in a town for 6 days, and we played our best game the other night on the road here. No, that's not an excuse, you know, from an energy standpoint. I've been in a lot of playoff games, and I've gotten beat by 40, 30, you know, 25, you know, won by 25 or 30. It doesn't make any difference. The whole thing is about the next game and trying to leave this behind us. Maybe it will, you know, set a fire in us a little bit to do something a little bit different than we did down here. But I leave it behind us, and we go home, we make the adjustments, we come ready and hard, you know, on Tuesday night, and that's all it's about now.
Last 2 questions. Coach, Larry Smith, CNN, kind of a 2-part question. Why leave Shaq on the bench the final 15 minutes of the game, and what was his reaction
He's
when
fine.
he saw the
Shaq's fine. We were down 25. We were down 25 points, you know, I mean, and as a matter of fact, it looked as though the game might even have gone. You know, we made the belated run, you know, late in the 4th quarter, and you know, I didn't want to get, you know, him hurt or to get Dwayne hurt, but it looked like we made a belated run there in the 4th quarter. But it had nothing to do with anything other than that was the score. I want his energy. I want his total game, you know, for Tuesday night, period.
Last question on the center.
Coach, Tracy Myers from the Star-Telegram in Fort Worth. Just wanted to ask, as far as how Haslam's doing, what's his condition? Is he good to go for the next game?
Well, he took quite a fall, so we know it's just real sore, and you know, it's very hard to keep him out. You know, I just didn't want to exacerbate it all. You know, what could be a problem, so we won't know until he gets X-rayed.
Thank you, Coach.
And now?
The bench for the Dallas Mavericks. They outscored them 24-2 in Game 1. In this game, they outscored them 41-20. Why are their reserves more effective than Miami's?
Well, they have everything you want coming off the bench. You've got a playmaker in Devin Harris. You've got scorers with Stackhouse, Van Horn, and you've got an energy guy in Eric Dampier. They don't have any weaknesses on the bench. You come in and replace anything you need.
And the other thing, the dominance on the backboard, that was a big factor in this game and expected to be throughout the course of this series. And give Eric Dampier a lot of credit. 13 rebounds in 6 points. He outscored Shaq. He out-rebounded Shaq. I don't think we'd ever say that in our right minds over the course of a basketball game.
All right, Jason Terry, he had the huge game in Game 1. Was not the leading scorer in Game 2, but he still came up large, as did everybody. Still, though, the Mavericks cannot crack that 100-point barrier. We got plenty more coming from SportsCenter, NBA Finals. SportsCenter will be back, and we'll be back with more from Dallas.
Now, thanks to AOL, you can have all the speed you need. And more. Imagine great AOL service together with a true broadband connection. That's AOL High Speed. Enjoy the best of the web with easy setup and the most comprehensive set of safety and security tools. That's the AOL High Speed experience, all for as low as $25.90 a month. So, what are you waiting for? Go online now or call 1-866-NEED-AOL.
What's that? Rabbit food? Business casual slacks? Chintz pillows? No more. Time to be a man again. And it starts in the shower. This gets you clean.
And it doesn't dry your skin.
Not dry.
Nice. And it looks like an oil can.
New Dial for Men body wash. Be a man.
I'm a man.
Take back the shower.
Yeah!
Now playing. Get your rear in gear.
Do I spot a little pinstriping tattoo back there?
Oh, you saw that? Disney Pixar's Cars. Rated G.
All right.
Show off. Now playing.
I feel very comfortable shopping at Maple Leaf because they treat me as an individual. They always treat me right and give me a fair price and are honest with me. Maple Leaf, Geneseo.
Time is of the essence, especially now because everything's on sale during Furniture Row's 48-hour sale. Every item, every sofa, every room group, every dining table, every chair, every bedroom grouping. Everything is on sale for 48 hours only. Plus, we're offering no payments and no interest for 1 year. Don't let this opportunity pass. Everything is marked down for Furniture Row's 48-hour sale. Sale ends Tuesday at 9 p.m.
We like Maple Leaf shuttle service because we're both busy people and we work in the Quad Cities. So it's nice to have a free loaner and that free service to help with the convenience of our busy lives.
It has been said that innovation is an art. Yet, the one true test of this art form is the value it brings us. The results. Anything else is just showing off. IBM. Innovation for results.
Who's your caddy? Final round, Barclays Classic. Adam Scott, Vijay Singh tied through 13. Vijay looking for his record-tying 17th PGA Tour win by a 40-year-old. Scott, the 25-year-old, looking for his putter on 14. Falls to 7 under after the 3 putt. IBM ShotLink full screen. Scott's tee shot on the par 3 16th landed 29 yards away. Vijay, 27 feet 4 inches. Advantage, Singh. Scott, second shot on 16 from the rough. Still in the cabbage. He double bogey 16. VJ's birdie putt.
Big putt for VJ for birdie.
It's in the hole, and he ends a 21-event winless streak. First three-time winner in the 40-year history of this event. And it's on to the U.S. Open. Dirk Nowitzki, 26-16. The Mavs up 2-0 on the Heat. Let's go live.
Help as soon as we can, but they're trying to battle him. They're trying to keep him out of the paint. Job and Damp, they were both active, getting rebounds. And just trying to keep a body on Shaq, so they were big in the first 2 games, and hopefully they can keep it up. And you know, Van Horn, Stack, we need all those guys from the bench making plays. Stack was huge in that run we had in the second quarter. He got hot. He's a very, very streaky shooter, and you know, he just caught fire, and it was fun to watch.
Steve, right here. Steve Peresman with ESPN. How surprised were you that Shaq only got 5 shots? I mean, you look at the stat sheet. Were you amazed after the game that you were able to hold him to that few?
Well, like I said, we're trying to battle him as much as we can. We're trying to help our big guys as soon as we can, and just scramble and make things happen on the defensive end. And I thought we had great energy.
This side in the back. Dirk, Vince Erickson, KXXV ABC Waco. It feels good to be up 2-0. A newbie, how's that?
All right.
It feels good to be up 2-0, but now the series shifts to Miami. How do you keep the feeling good and everything that you guys did tonight and taking this into Miami?
Well, obviously we got to stay focused. You know, we haven't really done anything. We won 2 games at home, but we know they're a different animal at home, and they're going to be obviously fired up. You know, Shaq and Dwayne, they're going to get their troops ready to play, and you know, it's all about you know, getting rest and be ready. I mean, it's a quick turnaround with the flight tomorrow. So we just got to be ready to play. It's the bottom line. And I thought, you know, hopefully we'll learn from the Phoenix series where we won the 3rd game on the road. And I thought we relaxed a little bit. And next thing you know, we get drilled in game 4. So I think we learned in the playoffs, you know, the teams are too good. You can never relax. You can never take a breath. You always have to, you know, keep the pedal to the metal. And, you know, hopefully we can all stay focused.
Front right.
Dirk, Andy Friedlander with the Miami Herald. Can you talk a little bit about the difference in this game from game one? Avery was talking about moving you around to be able to get you more space for your shots. Did you find yourself, was it a little easier to get it off, to get the shots off today?
Well, I still think they try to play me very physical, get into me, and they basically try to do the same things they did in game one. And I thought I caught the ball a little more on the move, which is better, because when I catch it standing, you know that they're going to box up, the guy's going to get into me, and really we have nothing going. So I thought just out of the movement, I'm a better player anyways, just holding it and play one-on-one. So I thought we did a better job of that, and just, you know, trying to be active and really help the team win.
Do you find it, is it hard after a tough shooting game like that not to force it, you know, to not press in the next game out? Because it looked like you really did a good job of staying, you know, patient.
Yeah, I think early on I tried to be aggressive, and first I spun right away in the first play of the game and dribbled off my foot. So obviously that wasn't really the start I was looking for. But you know, I know that our team is good, and we can all make plays and make shots, and if they stick with me on the pick and rolls the way they do it, and then our other players have to step up and play well and make plays, and if the opportunity is there for me, I'm still going to be aggressive and trying to score, and so I thought we found a good mix today. We had a lot of guys in double figures, and that's how we have to attack, and if we want to win.
Last question.
All right, so the series heads to Miami now with the Mavericks up 2-0, but we're not done in Dallas. We'll head back there for more analysis coming up. Plus, more baseball. A 4-game losing streak matches a season high for the Yankees, while the struggling Bombers should be happy that Cleveland is coming to town this week.
Tomorrow, they've got talent, experience, swagger. The U.S. is ready to show the world they've got what it takes. First up, the mighty Czech Republic. USA versus the Czech Republic, 11:55 tomorrow on ESPN2.
6 unforgettable journeys. Now, it's a whole new trip. Time magazine has declared the first great movie of the summer is Cars.
Holy Porsche.
And Rolling Stone raves it's downright breathtaking. You've never seen anything like it. It's 2 thumbs up for Disney Pixar's Cars, rated G.
I'd give my left 2 lug nuts just to see that picture.
Now playing.
Oh, yeah!
I just told him we were going to KFC.
KFC wants to put your All-Stars on TV. Just go to ESPN.com, keyword KFC, and vote for your youth baseball team to appear in ESPN's coverage of the Little League World Series.
This Father's Day, Lowe's has great gifts for your great guy. Right now, buy a full-size gas grill and get free propane exchange and assembly. Choose any one of these great values for only $39. A Black & Decker 18-volt drill with 75-piece accessory kit, or a 49-bit Dremel rotary tool, or a 10-gallon 4-horsepower shop vac. Can't decide? Then get him a Lowe's gift card, or receive 10% off your first in-store purchase on your new Lowe's Consumer Credit Card June 7th through June 11th. So this Father's Day, hurry to Lowe's. Let's build something together.
Well, it's been a long day for Strahan. What a lovely shot!
Yeah! Hey, maybe it's your deodorant. Let's start over. No, this time start with new Right Guard Sport Deodorant, now packed with even more scent. Right Guard, start right and right.
If anybody could use some good PR, it's T.O. So he started the first ever Terrell Owens Youth Football Camp outside Dallas last week. But it started badly. Stepping on the star is one thing. Stepping on the hopes of starstruck kids, well, that's worse. See, while the kids were doing drills and asking, where's T.O., Owens was practicing with the Cowboys. Scheduling conflict. But finally, 8 hours after the camp began, Owens showed up, signed autographs, and threw passes. And everyone left happy, including Michael Irvin, who got an all-access look and a candid chat with Owens for our Sunday conversation.
Compete on 3. 1, 2, 3, compete! All right, that's what I like. You ready? Left foot forward. Left foot forward. Get your hands ready. You ready? It's going down. I got all these guys catching with their hands, scoring touchdowns.
Let's go, fellas. Let's up, DBs. What's up?
I'm not an advocate for showboating, but you know. Oh, good shit. Oh. Now that's the quarterback fault.
How do you see your responsibility as a role model?
I take that to heart, and it took me some time to realize that, because you have some people that they don't want to be role models, but in actuality they are in the eyes of little kids. No matter how much you don't want to be, but you know, outside of their parents, they look to other people to find success. They look to other athletes like myself and Michael Jordans and the Vince Carters, the Kobe Bryants. They look to us as athletes to be sort of like that father figure, or that stepping stone, a star to be reached.
Are you guys motivated?
Yeah, we're motivated.
Are you guys dedicated?
Yes, we're dedicated.
Who you waiting on?
T.O.
Who you waiting on?
T.O.
All right, okay, that's what's up.
What lessons do you teach the kids beyond football skills, life lessons?
Number one that comes to mind, the first day when I came up, a lot of kids, they saw, you know, my shades, my earrings, they saw my shoes, things of that nature, and they started asking me all the wrong questions. And it got to a point where I had to just stop and just tell everybody, look, this is what it's not. This is not what it's all about. It's not about the glamour and the glitz, the cars and things of that nature. I tried to tell them you'll never get any of that if you don't stay in school. If you're constantly getting in and out of trouble, that's not going to help you get to where you want to be.
I am who I am.
No comment.
That's how it is. What regrets do you have from the last couple of years?
There were some things that happened, that transpired, and, you know, you just have to deal with the consequences of it. And I think, you know, I've done that. You have to, you know, deal with the cards that you're dealt and move on.
How do you feel when you hear people say you are not a good teammate?
It doesn't matter, really. I think, I feel like in my heart I've always been a good teammate. A good teammate is someone that goes out and practices hard, plays hard, someone that put their lives and their careers on the line. And I think I fall under everything that I just said. I'm with the greatest team in the nation. This is chapter 1.
What, if any, assurances or promises did you have to give the Cowboys organization, Jerry Jones or Bill Parcells?
I don't think there were any assurances or promises made. I think it was understood. You know, we're grown adults. I'm a grown adult, and I'm a person that I've learned from a lot of mistakes that I've made. Bill and I have a common goal, and that's to play hard and win football games. And I think when you're doing that, you know, you're on the right track to success.
When did you and Bill first have a conversation?
Maybe some part of early May. I had a maybe 30, 40-minute talk with him, and, you know, it was very enlightening, very encouraging.
Enlightening in what way?
The perception, you know, is kind of misconstrued. I think I kind of fell victim to that because you listen to a lot of reporters, you read a lot of newspapers, you know, how they say Bill is a no-nonsense guy, he's hard on you, this and that, he's a jerk. I didn't get that from Bill.
But what did he say to you in the conversation?
Mainly just, we're not going to have any problems. He just told me basically he's a straight shooter. As long as he has a problem when his expectations are higher than our own. And I think when he said that, I knew from that point that we weren't going to have a problem because I obviously have high expectations for myself.
How important is it to have a coach like Bill Parcells for you?
Man, and I know I'm being repetitive with this, and honestly I think, you know, I've wanted and I've longed for so long a coach to sort of like kind of match my intensity, match my personality. That's definitely a guy that I feel like has been criticized for whatever reason. His personality has been misdiagnosed, and I feel like I'm the same way. So I think that's the thing what I've grasped from Bill, that he's totally opposite. It's night and day from what I've heard about him.
Bill is known to come up with pet names for his star players. Has he come up with a pet name for you yet?
I mean, I don't think I don't think he can come up with anything past T.O. Other than that, he can probably call me touchdown T.O. after this year, because you know, I plan to score a lot of touchdowns.
Sunday Conversation, brought to you by Subaru. Safety of all-wheel drive, standard. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
From T.O. to D-Wade. He wasn't good, and neither was Miami. They're down 0-2.
It's hard for him to get more shots. They continue to double team, and if you kick it out, then we're not scoring. You know, we got our eyes got to light up. You know, when we see them double team Shaq, for one, he's a great passer. For two, someone's open. And, you know, we find an open guy sometimes, and sometimes we're not. So he's got to do a better job of that.
Dwayne, Steve Kyler, Swish Magazine. The return to Miami Game 3, what kind of needs to change?
Everything. But, you know, we're going to come out, and like I said, our crowd be behind us. We'll play with, you know, a lot of energy. But we got to execute better on offense. You know, be patient, but at the same time, attack more. We can't go through stretches like we have on the road of, you know, letting this team, you know, get out and you know, be explosive. You know, if they go on a run, we got to, you know, at least keep it to a minimum. Like they did at the end of the second, we can't do that at home, you know, so a lot got to change. But, you know, hopefully, you know, we'll see a different team. You know, we'll look over the film tomorrow and see what we got to do, you know, to come back in Game 3 better.
Last two questions on the right and here.
Dwayne, Hal Habib, Palm Beach Post. How are you feeling physically after coming off the illness?
I'm feeling all right. I think Tuesday probably be my best game, the way I feel physically. So, you know, the next 3 games at home probably be the best I feel all series. So, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to playing a lot of minutes and being efficient.
Last question here.
Steve Ferrisman, ESPN. Can't help noticing your fingers bandaged. Is that anything?
No, just jam my fingers. Nothing. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
A 32-point second quarter and a 32-point third quarter. Most of the damage as the Heat take a 2-love lead in the NBA Finals, and a lot of damage done off the bench by Jerry Stackhouse, former starter, sixth man now extraordinaire with Stephen A. Smith.
Jerry Stackhouse, 19 points, 4 of 5 shooting from the three-point line, 3 for 3 in that torrid second quarter. What was on your mind? I've never seen you shoot like that, and I've known you for about a decade.
No, man, it was just, you know, the moment, man. We're here on the biggest stage, and we're excited to be playing. But, you know, I've been watching tape, you know, and seeing where, you know, some opportunities I could get to some three-pointers in the corners. And last night came in, shot a little bit, had to give my shooting coach a little shout out. You know, we came in and worked on it, and it felt real good today.
Coming into this series, when you talk about studying tape and noticing some opportunities, be specific. What kind of opportunities did you spot?
Well, you know, when you lock into teams, you see where, you know, where their help come from. And a lot of times, you know, with certain teams, they maybe help from the top or they help from the corners. And with this team, you know, I'm normally in the corners a lot. And this team tried, you know, help off from the corner, and I was able to take advantage of that a little bit today. But it's about us, you know, just coming out with energy and coming out with effort. And whenever we do that, good things happen. We're going to find a way to put points on the board. But most of all, we were able to get stops on them.
Looking at this Dallas team, you talk about Dirk Nowitzki, you talk about a guy like Jason Terry. When I look at Jerry Stackhouse, I see a guy that's pivotal to this particular series simply because you're looking at the depth on the bench. And since you're the #1 guy coming off the Mavs bench, I'm looking at you as being that pivotal. What do you view your role as being in this particular series?
Yeah, we definitely, man. We just look at ourselves as a team. I mean, you guys make the stars. You know, we're obviously Dirk and Josh, you know, with this youth, you know, guys that we're looking to as rising stars of the future. Jason's been great for us all year. Devin Harris is, you know, up-and-coming guys playing great for us. But, you know, we look at it as a team. We don't know who's going to come off our bench and be a spark. Tonight, Keith Van Horn came in and gave us a quick 5 points when, you know, everything was a little stagnant. You know, that was huge for us tonight. You know, Marquise Daniels is a guy to give us another body to throw at Wade. you know, Adrian Griffin, the things that he brings to the table as far as, you know, his energy and the offensive rebound and guarding the other team's best player. And our big guys, you know, Sagana and Damp, they played great tonight. They made Shaq work. You know, obviously we have to give him a lot of help. But, you know, we're a team, and I think that's kind of the model and the trend that's been winning championships over the last 4 or 5 years, and we're no different.
Dirk and Josh Howard struggled in game 1. You still won. A blowout in game 2 as far as I'm concerned, no matter how you slice it. Looking at this series right now, you're up 2-0. What do you got to do to pull this out? I mean, tell me specifically, what do you think this team needs to do?
Just, you know, stay focused, man. I know it sounds, you know, elementary, but that's exactly what it is. Just stay focused, knowing that we got to just take it, you know, 1 quarter at a time, 1 half at a time, knowing that it's, you know, we had a ton of energy in our building these first 2 games. The same energy is going to be working against us when we go to Florida. That's why it was important for us to get these 2 games at home, because we got 3 down there now. So hopefully we can handle our business 1 game at a time and see where it goes. And hopefully it works out well for us like it has here.
41 points by the Dallas bench, 19 from Jerry Stackhouse. Stewart, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Stephen A. Jerry Stack has 3+ three-pointers for the 3rd time in this playoffs. He did it only 3 times the entire regular season. And this is Stackhouse right now, the first 2 games of the finals. It's Jerry Stackhouse 32. It's the entire Miami bench 22. So the Mavs go up 2-0, and if history is any indication, these kids going to walk away with the ring sometime soon. 25 of 27 teams that are up 2-0 in the NBA Finals history have won it all. In the last 12 times a team has led 2-0 in the finals, they won it all. And ever since the finals went to a 2-3-2 format in 1985, no team has ever come back from a 2-0 deficit in the finals. Used to be Houston, we have a problem. It's now Miami, we have a problem. And guys, they've played each other 4 times this year. Now, this could be an NBA Finals. Instead, it's 2 finals games and 2 regular season. And what stands out is each time they've won, the Mavericks have beaten the Heat by double-digit figures. So you look at all that, and you got to ask yourself the question, with 3 games in Miami, what are the chances that we're going to have to come back here to Dallas for Game 6?
Good. No, I think that there's still a legit possibility. I mean, the bottom line is this. I think Dallas is a better basketball team, but I don't think that they're necessarily good enough to sweep the Miami Heat or even win this in 5. I think Miami's going to find a way to get Shaquille O'Neal involved, and that's going to have an impact in those next 3 games, and I think we'll see a Game 6. That's what I picked the series ago, so I wouldn't be surprised.
They're going to be obviously significantly better at home. 1, because they play better there, and 2, they can't be any worse than they were in Dallas the first 2 games. So I'm not going to be surprised to get back here. I'm convinced now they're not winning this series. Dallas should have, if it does come back here, they'll have 2 opportunities to close this thing out. But I think, you know, Miami has to address certain issues, what they're doing offensively to attack the Dallas Mavericks right now. Shaquille O'Neal, really, first time I can ever say this, a complete non-factor in a game, never seen it. He's going to dwell on that, and he's going to come back strong.
Now, Coach Pat Riley did take Shaquille O'Neal out for most all of the 4th quarter. He only played just under 28 minutes. But in the 25 head-to-head meetings that Shaq has had in his career against Eric Dampier, this is the first time that Dampier has ever outscored him. And he outscored him 6 points to 5 points. It is 2-0 in the Miami Heat. You saw Dwayne Wade technical foul. You saw Shaq frustrated because he wasn't getting the rock inside when he wanted it. You see a team that now defines desperation. Let's go back to SportsCenter.
Wow, what a week it was, not just for the Mets, but you can bet the Amazons will be part of our look back at the week it was in the National and American Leagues.
Tomorrow, the FIFA World Cup continues. They've got the talent, the experience, the swagger. It's time for the U.S. to show the world that they've got what it takes. The Americans, led by Landon Donovan, make their 2006 World Cup debut. Their first opponent, tournament heavyweight, the Czech Republic. USA versus the Czech Republic begins at 11:55 Eastern, part of a full day of the FIFA World Cup, tomorrow on ESPN2.
UPS, covering more ground faster than ever.
Do you really need a titanium driver? That magnesium frame spinning reel? A 60-inch screen? Do you really need a motor oil that protects for 15,000 miles?
Darn right.
You deserve the best of the best. Mobil 1 Extended Performance. Advanced technology, proven anti-wear protection, guaranteed for 15,000 miles.
Mobil 1 Extended Performance.
The oil that's changing oil.
6 unforgettable journeys. Now, it's a whole new trip. Time magazine has declared the first great movie of the summer is Cars.
Holy Porsche.
And Rolling Stone raves it's downright breathtaking. You've never seen anything like it. It's 2 thumbs up for Disney Pixar's Cars, rated G.
I give my left 2 lug nuts just to see that picture.
Now playing.
Oh, yeah!
And you karaoke?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Get the Karaoke Channel on demand and sing at home now. It's the fun you never outgrow. Can you karaoke? The Karaoke Channel on demand.
When the Lowe's first joined D-Track Community, we were amazed at how little they were.
We're not little, we're low. And we have high expectations.
We thought affording a new car was a tall order. When we suggested a home equity loan at a really low rate, Larry was all ears.
Low? Low?
It's a loan you can use for anything.
I can buy a skateboard.
Oh, and a new family van.
Yeah, new van.
Awesome to be a member at D-Track Community Credit Union. Now that is totally low.
The week that was in the American League, a road trip and great for the Athletics. 5-1 and stops in Cleveland and New York. Houston Street, the save in all of those wins. Ichiro, hit streak now at 12 games for the week. A batting average over 550, 2 homers, 5 RBI. He's now hitting .366 on the season. Plus, he calls the Great Northwest home. Going hit for hit with Ichiro is the Twins' Joe Mauer. Mauer power tops in baseball at .386 for the week. Hit .625 with 7 runs.
What about the National League? Carlos Beltran, his finest week as a Met, hit .483, scored 13 runs, 3 homers, 12 RBI, and 5 steals, and the Mets won 6 times. What about the Braves? Still chasing the Mets and falling further behind each week. Atlanta went 2-5 this past week. They're now 10 games back in the NL East. Got that division run going. We'll see if they can bounce back. D-backs disastrous on and off the field. 0-7 for the week, outscored 58-16. Then, of course, there was that Jason Grimsley thing that they had to deal with this past week as well.
Well, what to watch this week? How about the Yankees looking to turn it around? A visit by the Indians could be what the doctor ordered. New York has not lost a season series to the Tribe since '92. Angels host the Royals for 4 games this week. The Angels have not lost a season series against the Royals since '96.
Pass to Ryan Smith. The save, rebound, loose puck. They score!
It's a new series. The Oilers climb back into the Stanley Cup Finals with a huge win Saturday night. Game 4 coming up Monday. We'll tell you what to watch for if you stick with SportsCenter.
6 unforgettable journeys. Now, it's a whole new trip. Time magazine has declared the first great movie of the summer is Cars.
Holy Porsche.
And Rolling Stone raves it's downright breathtaking. You've never seen anything like it. It's 2 thumbs up for Disney Pixar's Cars, rated G.
I give my left 2 lug nuts just to see that picture.
Now playing.
Oh, yeah!
Here are your Fanatics Grill platters.
Oh, yeah. Beef, pork, ribs, vegetable medley. Sausage! That's what I'm talking about.
Meat lovers rejoice. It's Friday's new Meat Fanatics grill menu featuring our flat iron steak, now just $8.99 for a limited time. Everyone could use more Fridays.
Beef!
With over 1.5
5 million vehicle listings to choose from on Cars.com. You can find the right car for you.
Blue is.
Find the right car for you. Cars.com.
What's that? Business casual slacks? Chintz pillows? No more. Time to be a man again. And it starts in the shower. This gets you clean.
New Dial for Men body wash. Be a man. Take back the shower.
Win time! Wrap it up!
Starts out cold and ends up refreshing. Coors Light. Taste the cold.
Before it became our everyday, it was our someday.
Sports Center, brought to you by Dockers San Francisco and Under Armour Performance Cleats. The day has come. Get your pair today.
Arena Bowl 20, Chicago-Orlando in Las Vegas. Third quarter, Chicago up 13. Dennison Robinson stepping in front of the Joe Hamilton pass. 44 yards for the score. Longest interception return in Arena Bowl history. And somebody's a big Deion fan. Hamilton calling his own number in the fourth quarter. Made it an 8-point game, but this is an interesting play here. The rush get creative with the play call. You can do this in Arena Ball. Matt D'Orazio, Atu Molden makes the grab off the carom, and Mike Ditka, he's happy. He's part of the rush ownership. 69-61 your final. And like the Steelers, Chicago won 3 playoff road games before getting to the big game, and they got it done. What to watch for on Monday? Game 4, the Stanley Cup Finals between the Oilers and Hurricanes. Oilers cut the Canes series lead to 2-1 with a 2-1 win on Saturday. Rod Brind'Amour's 12 goals leads all players in this year's playoffs.
Hey, if you want to see more on the NBA Finals and Game 2, Dallas's big win, you can flip over ESPN News. B.J. Armstrong and company breaking it down over there.
Yeah, he's Stan, I'm Neil. We're back in an hour. Thanks for watching.
Coming up on World Cup Live, controversy on one side, a heavy heart on the other, as Iran and Mexico square off. Plenty of orange crossing the border into Germany and watching the Dutch powerhouse accomplish something it had never done. And why is this 6'4" USA defender the key against the Czech Republic?
Played against men taller than me, but never, physically bulkier.
The world is watching World Cup Live now.
This is World Cup Live, presented by Vonage.
Welcome in. It is World Cup Live, presented by Vonage. Dave Revson alongside Eric Winalda and Julie Foudy. We'll get to the U.S. and the Czech Republic, get you ready for Monday's match in a bit. But we start you off with a very interesting matchup between Iran and Mexico. Iran, kind of the political pariahs of this World Cup. Meanwhile, the Mexicans playing with a very heavy heart. Just days after the death of the father of goalkeeper Osvaldo Sanchez. Sanchez went back to Mexico for the funeral, came back to Germany for the match. You see him getting flowers and a touching gesture from the Iranians. And then Sanchez, beautiful diving save early on. Sanchez, 4 saves in all in this match. To the 28th minute, Mexican free kick, Julie.
And you're going to see Bravo wide open on the back post, and here's why. Iran lines up with 4 defenders on the near post, leaving that back post wide open for Bravo to finish it home nicely. And you're going to see the SWAT shadow as well. Franco using...
Getting the rebound here. Let's take a look at it. Tough day for Sanchez. Comes out, not the best decision. Gol Mohammadi put it in the back of the net, and we're level.
The second half, 50th minute, potential problem for Mexico as Jared Borghetti, leading scorer in the world in qualifying, comes up a bit gimpy here, Julie.
And you can see him signaling, saying, yank me off, I've got a bad hamstring. Bad news for Mexico. Reports are he's possibly out the entire first round. Being their big goal scorer, bad news for them.
And nothing definitive there, but here it's Bravo again, Eric.
This was a chippy game, but once I think Borghetti left the field, this team played better. The Mexican team calmed down. They made great decisions. This is not a good decision. As you can see, it just ends up 2 in a row there. Omar Bravo gets on the end of it, slips it underneath the goalkeeper, making it 2-1. But I like the way they played after Borghetti left the field.
They got another goal just minutes later. This time it's Zina.
Zina, who started this play, finishes the play. He was also the one who gave the assist on the prior goal to Bravo. Having just a great game, and you can see easy to finish this header when you don't have an Iranian defender within 10 yards of you.
The Mexicans celebrate, and then Sanchez rejoicing after obviously an extremely emotional week as Mexico takes it by the final of 3-1. Bravo, just the second Mexican ever to score 2 goals in his World Cup debut. Luis Hernandez did it in '98. Zina's goal particularly interesting. He's a native Brazilian, naturalized in Mexico. But a major backlash in Mexico regarding La Volpe and that use of naturalized players, although you wouldn't know it from watching the reaction in Mexico City. I think they're perfectly happy with Zina now, guys. And Mexico feels it may have its best team ever, never been past the quarterfinals. On to the group of death now. The next time you see Serbians or Montenegrins playing in the World Cup, they will be playing for Serbia or Montenegro, not Serbia and Montenegro. Montenegro, within the last few weeks, declaring its independence from Serbia, yet the two still playing together as a unified nation in the World Cup, and they opened up their World Cup on Sunday against the Netherlands, and that meant Arjen Robben. And the Dutch striking early.
What he was going to do once he got free. You can see he had the perfect pass, perfect timing, definitely onside. Robben showing taking care of that number 11. Great goal.
And you can see that he's got some confidence. Call this a cracker from outside. Great hit, playing with a lot of emotion, and Jevrich just making a great one-handed save to keep that away from the goal.
More from Robben here, dictating the pace a little bit in the 38th minute. Now second half, Eric.
Well, Dorman almost got him back in this game, and this guy is interesting because he had a big mouth after this game was over, criticizing his coach, testing Van de Sar on this play. Van de Sar wasn't tested much, but you can see on this, that ball is getting a little tricky on him. He ended up having some calf problems a little bit later. Only 4 saves for him today, but that was pretty much the only chance we saw at Serbia-Montenegro.
You see the man-u keeper down there would stay in the match, though. Van Persie taken down here for the Dutch, has a shot that goes just wide. This Dutch side, of course, perhaps the best never to win a World Cup, and hoping they have the side to change it this time.
We'll take a look at the injury there. This was not so much a goalkeeper battle, but there's your star, number 11 in orange. What a game.
The Dutch win it 1-0. First time they had ever won a World Cup match ever when scoring fewer than 2 goals. They've been 0-6-7 in those situations. That 1 goal equals the total number given up by Serbia and Montenegro in 10 qualifying matches. So it's an achievement when you score against Serbia and Montenegro. Here's what it looks like in Group C, the so-called group of death. What do we think, guys?
Well, we got a bunch of complaints coming out of this group right now. In the Netherlands, the only team that seems to have their heads together is Argentina. I mean, if it's a group of death, the one thing you can't do is kill yourself, and that's what both of these teams are doing internally in Serbia, Montenegro, and the Netherlands.
And those are the 2 teams you expect to be on top. There was, hopefully, you were thinking there may be some surprises with Ivory Coast and Serbia and Montenegro, but that's how most people thought it would turn out.
Eric, you talked a little bit about some of the complaints. Onion Koreman was kind of leading the chorus for Serbia and Montenegro. He said they should have attacked more. Yep. He called their approach cowardly. What do you think?
Well, I mean, that's what you see sometimes. The emotions come out in various ways, and criticism comes from the people who actually played well. I think he actually had a good game and felt maybe the responsibility to speak for his team.